Hello everyone and welcome to WhiskyWars. Today we have two cask strength Islay whiskies to review today. Now both of these whiskies are bottled at 58% ABV. So they're both strong, but they're both exactly the same proof. They're both non-age stated and they're both very, very peaty Isleys. So let's see what the differences are between them, because on paper they're seeming pretty similar to me. So we have the Finlaggan against the Smokehead. Starting off with the Finlaggan. Oaky and sweet. That peat is there, but it's not strong or overpowering for a cask strength whiskey especially. I'm getting oak, I'm getting caramels, but I'm also getting citrus, some lemon and limes. Yeah, lemons, limes, oak and caramel. And then of course you're getting this earthy, a little bit of mossy soil. It smells very damp, but it's more along the forest earthy vibes. Also a good helping of tobacco as well. It's actually a really nice nose, the Finlaggan. It's definitely underrated. Okay, the Smokehead straight away seems more smoky and also more salty. Also, I'm getting a few more medicinal notes than I get on the Finlaggan. I'd say the Finlaggan's a bit more earthy, whereas the Smokehead's a bit more medicinal. Yeah, that's where I'd go off the start. To be honest with you, if I had to name two other distilleries that you probably know, just to give you a better idea on these, imagine the Finlaggan is a really young, like a 3-year-old Lagavulin. And imagine that the Smokehead is a 3-year-old Ardbeg. Now, they're not as good as those whiskies, but they're similar. Salty, I always think Ardbeg. Smoky, Ardbeg. A little bit medicinal, Ardbeg. Lagavulin, I always think is more sweet than salty. Certainly got that oak presence and a little bit of a sweetness there, which could be a caramel, but it also has that lime note. But the Finlaggan, for me, it has more of a earthy, soily, mossy, damp, wet note than a Lagavulin has normally for me. Okay, let's get on to the taste, but before we do, if you do like the video, please drop a like on the video and don't forget to click that subscribe button down below. It really does help the channel to grow, so thank you. I'm really trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the summer. It's probably never going to happen, but it's a little goal that I've got in my mind at the minute, so it keeps things interesting, that's for sure. Okay, on to the taste. Whew. Yeah. Okay. I forgot it was cask strength. That's the thing, the nose is deceiving. It doesn't smell hot, but it drinks a bit hotter. But again, there's a syrupy sweetness to this. It is sweet. Now it's peaty, and it's full of tobacco as well. This is tobacco rich, it's tobacco heavy. But it's sweet, syrupy, sweet, oaky. I'm getting a little bit more tobacco and a little bit less of that mossy dampness that I was talking about on the nose. Go back in for another sip. Perhaps a touch more salt than what you're getting on the nose, but I would still call it a little bit more sweet than salty. But a good balance, that's for sure. Very ashy as well. If you think chimney, bottom of a chimney soot. Yeah, tobacco, soot, ash. That definitely comes to mind on the finish of this whiskey. Okay, on to the Smokehead. wow, very different. Very, very, very different. Straight away, this one tastes a lot more hot. So you're really going to feel that proof jump. But I say proof jump, they're the same proof, but it feels like a proof jump. But it tastes thinner. There's also an ethanol note. It's not as complex. It's not got the same intensity of flavour. But it does feel smokier than the Finlaggan. Also a lot saltier as well. I have to be honest, the Finlaggan so far is much nicer. Okay, the price of these whiskies. Now the Finlaggan is really, really affordable. It's a great price. This operates at around £40, sometimes £45 in the UK. But what you're getting is a cask strength 58% Islay. But it has a really, really, I would call it sophisticated nose and taste. For its value, it really packs a punch. It's the Smokehead to me feels like a whiskey made to just blow your head off and give you that hit of smoke and salt and go, wow, that's a really strong Islay. I love it. And for me, it just feels a bit empty. There's not much behind that. The Finlaggan, it's got depth to it. And that's what I mean. It doesn't drink young either. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a lot older than the Smokehead, but it certainly tastes older. Yeah, far more complex, far more grounded. It's balanced, more mature, but those are things that I do say about Lagavulin as well. So I do wonder whether it is a young Lagavulin, but that's just rumour. But what do we know right here, right now? I know that the Finlaggan is a much nicer whiskey than the Smokehead, and that's why I've not bought a bottle of the Smokehead, because I'm not impressed with this whiskey at all. Now that doesn't mean that I don't like Smokeheads. I actually do like the 43% Smokehead. I recommend that one, and that's around £25 in the UK. It's actually a better whiskey than this one. But right here, right now, today's winner is clear as day. It's the Finlaggan cask strength. This is a really, really good whiskey. In fact, I've not even bought the original, which is 40%, because it's only a few pounds cheaper. You're getting an extra 18%, and it's about £40 to £45. I just think it's amazing value, and I think it should be on everyone's. In fact, it should be on everyone's list, really, who's into Islay whiskies. But I may well do, in the future, my top 5 budget Islay whiskies, or best value Islay whiskies, and I bet this one features. So I hope that helped. I hope you liked the video. If you did like the video, please drop a like on the video, and don't forget to click that subscribe button down below. It really helps the channel to grow. On the path to 1,000 subscribers, fingers crossed we can do it. I think it'll be a little bit hard, to be honest, but you gotta have goals. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you all for the next Whiskey War. I'd just quickly like to give a big thank you to my Patreon members who are actively supporting this channel and helping keep it releasing reviews. I just want to thank you guys so much. If you do want me to say your name at the end of the videos, please do let me know by sending me a message on Patreon. I might do a poll on there because I know I didn't want to do it just in case some people aren't comfortable with me saying their names on YouTube. But I just want to let you guys know I do really appreciate all the help you give in the channel, and just finally, thank you. If my Patreon account sounds interesting to any of you watching, I just want to let you guys know I do post a different style of video on my Patreon account every Saturday. Basically, I do a series on there where I give my final thoughts on a bottle of whiskey. So I pour its final few drops before it's either goes into the bin or I give the recommendation to buy again. So I do think it has a little bit of value, has a little bit of merit, hopefully helps people with their buying choices in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you all for the next Whiskey War.